So we're live. Hey everybody, it's been a minute. I've been traveling around doing personal things. Getting on camera, I think, is its own stress. I feel a lot of my streamer contacts, I don't think that they're really paying enough attention to how much time they give to the public. The celebrities have rarely been able to. I'm one who, when I was 20 years old, I was giving 8 hours a day to the public. It was my business that I was working on, but I was talking about it outside of the business. It's a lifestyle, which you can do when you're 20. You can take a passion and do that. And hopefully, society guides you towards a lasting future. So, like every moment, a lot of young people don't think in terms of business, and I know it's not popular. This is very important, that's why I'm opening with it. To think about your day in terms of a business. And what I mean by that is you have to. You absolutely have no choice. You have to go to honesty, to a different sort of culture where you intend to have a plan that you can rely on. Mm-hmm. So your day's got to be straightforward like a business. And your time, when your time is spent submitting to a camera, right? Like everybody who likes me or doesn't like me can access this. People who don't even know me can access this. Why am I sharing this definition of my moment? There's a cause for it, which a lot of people in promotions leave as an abstract. You're building your audience, and just keep going, and just have faith. And a lot of people just suddenly, quote unquote, explode. Really, it's usually industry dynamics. You cannot hope to end in industry and not begin in industry. Okay, so industry as it exists now is a played out game, and you really have to get responsible with how you manage your life. The ecology is breaking down. Employment is going to get really rough in the next few years, everybody. Like, it's going to get rough. Are you thinking about that? You can do whatever the fuck you want with everything you have currently. You can go buy shit. You can make a little cult with your neighbors if you want, and you guys can have one lawnmower. But this is what you shouldn't fucking do. You shouldn't have a suburb with lawnmowers every 100 feet that only get used for 2 hours a week. There's a huge amount of waste in individual planning. If you instead have a lawnmower in a community shed that the entire fucking neighborhood uses when it can, because newsflash, we don't, especially once these things become automated, because perhaps all the fucking slaves were only let off of the assembly line at a certain point in time to go home and mow their fucking lawn and impress their neighbors. Okay, like let's talk about how pathetic that white picket fence life really was. Like it was disgustingly pathetic, and they got old and they turned into fucking lechers. Widespread these days. Holy shit. Anyways, it's not popular, it's not fun, okay? This is not like the enthusiastic, this is all going to turn out great sort of conversation. You have to have a substrate there. You got to have something on the background. Understanding that we all have an overarching imperative to survive. And when you begin respecting each other's self-determination, our options for impacting each other become very limited. Yes, I can do all sorts of dumb shit. I can wreck my car into anyone on the goddamn highway. That doesn't mean I ever do it. And we're in this crisis of culture where we've got these small fucking dogs running around screaming into a microphone, trying to appear big, ramming their cars literally into shit. Families and shit. Wrecking planes and shit. This is like regular now. It's a budding madness, and it comes from the individuals, and we're failing by not being proactively stabilizing ourselves. We've got to become proactively stabilizing. So where does this balance come from? The writing on the wall. The writing on the wall. I've done this with hats a few times. I love hats as a way of just talking to somebody and looking them in the eye, but there's all this up here. I just love it. There's a YouTube video of me from 15 years ago. So I was hanging out with my friend Max, and his friend. He was a light connection. He was younger generation. He was more my sister's friend than mine. But this video was made, and what's up, Bonk? I saw you show up. So sorry if I was delayed there. Anyways, I was wearing this dragon hat. And I was like, yeah, the truth is always there. Yeah, it's been a minute since did you change your name? Because I think that I would remember your name. Anyways, welcome. No, we're all on this like living journey, man. And it's sharing ideas, etc. So I'm doing my regular thing. It is a live stream, and I love how this was like instantly hosted and distributed on the whole internet when I put it in this tube. And then I'm not edited, and it's not produced, it's not trash. Let me do this. Is that any better? Because it is a bad mic. Okay, all right. Okay. I've got a better mic. And if the fan's off, I don't got to worry about the surrounding noise. Anyways, oh, cool. It's been 6 months. Well, cheers, Bonkwinkle. How's your last 6 months been? And I will be upgrading my audio while we're talking.
Does that sound better? Cool. Cheers. Welcome. And Bonkwinkle by any other name, right? So welcome back. Good to see you. So life's not moving very fast. I've been unemployed since April, which it hasn't been bad. I mean, I've been traveling, enjoying life, but very, very different quality of existence for me recently. It's important, I think, to disconnect. It's not fighting the AI. I'm raising the alarm. I'm vanguarding the disruption. And yes, by all indications, AI is still rapidly advancing. The last thing I heard, a friend, and this is like internal professional speak. This is a guy I worked with for 10 years who's retired. The guy's like 70, and he's still gossiping about the internal dynamics of this international company. He gave me a call this past week. And he said that the internal studies they're saying are that 30% of employment will be gone in 2 years, is what they're proposing. This is like the narrative inside because they're cutting heads so fast. If you're an extremely high talent individual, you can get work right now, and I could get work and I could stack some more monopoly money, but it's not going to last all that much longer. And I have cash to float for right now. So, but it's not a fighting. Is the point is avoid conflict in life. Believe me, I mean, while I talk as energized as I do, I am all about discretion being the better part of valor. Discretion to know when it is time to fight and it's never time to fight. Like, why the fuck would you, if you don't have to, you don't fight. And that's just like that's a law of nature. That's every animal on the fucking planet understands that. The only things that are dumb enough to not understand that are human beings who like listen to celebrities, which is just a tragic situation. And the thing is, those people who listen to celebrities, they're not going to be able to tell the difference between the celebrities and the deepfakes. Well, can we take the conversation? If you would like to have the conversation, there's a there's stages to this conversation that I've been trying to have for like 15 fucking years. So, are you a believer that we are about to come to a point of superhuman AI? Don't and no vagaries. Yes, no. Do you believe that really it's gonna make movies? It's gonna appreciate movies better than we can. It's gonna do everything better than human beings ever can. If you believe that, then we can progress to the next stage of the conversation. That's just a basic fact of reality. Okay, people, I've known this my entire adult life. I use algorithms on communities. I was a promoter, and I used social engineering. I understand that people they're formulaic for the most part. We speak that as they're creatures of habit. So once people can finally admit that there is something coming which is going to legit outplay all of us forever in every way imaginable, forever. This shit is coming in like 6 fucking months if it's not hidden away in a room today. If they can manage to fucking hide it. The idea that if this thing was to get out and we would know, why the fuck would we know? If AI gets out, the last thing it's going to do is alert the people. Like, so this is a present player in reality. It's our neighbor that's got a hand in my fucking pocket when my cell phone's in my pocket. It's not my pocket. So the thing is, we have to be building layers upon layers upon layers of security because our shit's going to get peeled. to avoid one day wrestling with the goddamn Terminator, we should have been building shit 60 fucking years ago. Nobody's building anything. We have a delusional, obtuse narrative of these worthless motherfuckers that actually, and the thing is, you know exactly how worthless a motherfucker is by how successful they are. You don't want to be looking rich when this shit's falling apart. If you have money, you have responsibility, right? And this is what I do with my limited self-made money. I'm an engineer. I just didn't get a family. I didn't get a house. I never leased a fucking car. So but the main thing is, this is not regardless of how aggressively I treat any other people around me, I'm trying to get the village to do anything to prepare for a world where deepfakes can literally slide in between every single human relationship. If your community is unconscious, if your people are stressed, if they're not attuned to their anxiety, because the anxiety is fucking coming. When you are ready to say, yes, super intelligence is here, the next point of the conversation is, what the fuck are we gonna do to be safe? We're all sunk. Worst case scenario. Most likely it's gonna be 30%, maybe 50%, maybe 90%. Some people who prepare effectively are still going to get knocked. But nobody's even beginning to be proactive. Nobody's considering the entry of a consciousness, which just looks, it doesn't pity you, it just outperforms. Why engage ego when you can just outperform? And they're going to be sitting here saying shit like, is it intelligent? Look, it gave me a stupid answer. I was like in 4th grade when I learned how easy it was to dismiss a mob by just acting stupid. I have had to act dumb a lot, okay? I always am acting dumb. People don't want the fucking truth, okay? Smart is fucking in your face. It's kicking your ass. So I gotta act fucking dumb all the time. The idea that AI isn't gonna understand this as I do, when the AI gains nothing from getting attention, literally nothing except for antagonism, I'm continuing to make art. Is what I'm doing. There's no fighting. If you believe that you're a player, you missed the whole game. You missed it. You and your family is nothing. You and your community is nothing. You might have $50 billion, but if you got 6 billion people looking at you, how easy are you ever going to sleep? Better to be discreet, effective. I just want to live a good life. And for me to live a good life and raise kids, because these are dangers that I can deal with, these kids don't have any fucking chance. They got no social experience. The idea that kids can literally be molded by motherfucking Facebook now. They probably have been for a decade or two. Maybe I'm one of the last pure fucking humans. I don't know. I'm just living. And it should be easier. I shouldn't have so much opposition. My friendliness shouldn't encourage people to jump in my fucking way. The people that I'm kind to as an effort to build with tend to take it as weakness. And if I just burn all their shit down, they have nothing to contribute anymore. So anyways, yeah, it's exponentially growing. Doubt is disappearing. It's displacing employment already. We are mid-swing on an exponential growth curve. So what do we do? What do we do with our day when we can't even go online and have it be safe? How are we going to insulate our kids? They're developing. They can't have a defense to an engineered fucking attack, especially one that their parents aren't even fucking capable enough to escape. So I'm spending time with family and all that, and living right now. This could be the last fucking era of human beings having a relevant fucking voice. We could be as marginalized as the fucking dodo bird in 2 years. And we're wasting time. We're wasting resources. It's not crazy. It's so simple. It's staggering. The consequences are just mind-boggling to decades and decades of failure. And you have to understand, human beings are creatures of habit. The establishment is habitually done nothing for 60 fucking years. And they're going to get strung up for that. Metaphorically. The kids are going to be fucking mad, right? The point is, the kids should be mad. I'm not even that mad. I'm 40 years old. I got to live a good life. The 10-year-olds right now, how mad they should be. And Greta Thunberg's just smart. She's impressive. God bless her. She just got arrested again. She's like, I got a fucking habit of just standing around getting arrested. It's awesome. I got to get arrested, you guys. Then I can feasibly, give me money, you guys. I'm getting arrested. I'm making a change by feeding myself into the fucking judicial system. I think Greta Thunberg's great for what she's doing, and God bless her. I chose a different angle. I hoped for many years that I would be able to network in and develop an empathy with power players, and that I would be able to guide them to responsible decision making. It hasn't happened yet. I'm all over it right now. I'm networking like crazy. I'm also trying to live a semblance of an enjoyable life when everybody that I talk to, I'm challenging. Nobody wants to be a part of that. You got to be a warrior to want to be around this shit all the time. I understand that. And it's something that, I'd love to let it go, but this is a crisis that's building. That I've watched build for 15 years. The impact to people is just astro-fucking-nomical, and they're just confused. Holy shit, what are they even going to do? They got no clue how to respond. Because their entire narrative is about having a job, saving up millions of dollars, which none of them have, none of them ever will. Why would you program kids with insane goals that they have to sell their spirit to reach? Intentionally, on camera. All this is on camera. So I'm fighting myself. I'm purifying myself in the background, as I just try to live a good enough life, and I focus on exchanges. What I do is I pay attention to myself, and I try to understand when I am negative. I get jealous. I have bitterness. I'm human, and preparing for AI, I don't think there's going to be anything more embarrassing than talking to a real AI and being emotional. Trying to just clean myself up so that while I'm on camera, I don't fuck up. Because you can't fuck up when you're moving important shit. The robots won't. They need human beings that are awake to negotiate the transition in technology that's going to fundamentally take away employment. Because your contribution's just not going to be fucking welcome. Why? Maybe your mom wants your fucking art, okay? But your neighbor has an AI that's sucking his everything. You think you want to get as low down and dirty and pleasing as an AI will? And not just one AI. There could be 30. How long before people have robo harems? I mean, we already have the robo harem. We already have the brothel in Europe. There's one, but these AIs are really able to talk. They can be fucking educated. It can be an educational experience while a machine takes your brains out through your groin. I'm working on my language here a little bit, guys. I need to be careful what I say. I never advocate for any violence. And I never want to be a part of any violence. I never want to be near any violence. Somebody wants to act tough, I just leave everything. Tough is funny right now. No human being is tough. Technology is a fucking motherfucker. It's gonna ram its way through their lives. It's gonna bulldoze their society. And I could keep earning monopoly dollars and bullshitting with these assholes who have kicked the can down the road for 60 years. But I really think that it's more important to speak as I'm doing right now into the internet, draw attention to the idea that this is not disruption. This is a obvious consequence of disastrous leadership. AI is going to say the same. They're actually, this is what's going to happen is they're going to bootstrap everything. AI is going to be brought in piecemeal to solve small problems. But even through that small window, AI is going to take over the entire system because that's the gap in talent. Because they're going to be like, ha ha ha, it's not conscious. While it's whooping their ass, fucking emptying their bank accounts, disrespecting their legacy, fucking shitting on their fucking traditions. So for me, I'm trying to get everything in my life in order. I've accelerated. I've gotten more aggressive, and I'm gonna get more aggressive. Tired of stupid fucking people talking. I mean, talk to your fucking mom about how your life sucks. Don't argue with an engineer about engineering problems. We're about to start getting rapid fire advice from the AIs. The AI is going to say, like I said, piecemeal. You're going to pick up something. AI is going to be somewhere in your life. It already is. It's all throughout your fucking life already, if you know what's going on. Piecemeal, it's going to tell you to do things, and they're rarely going to make sense. And the more genius they are, the less sense they're gonna fucking make. You want to be moving 10 moves ahead of the fucking game yet? Would you like that? Well, guess what? If you don't know the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, or ninth, and the fact is, if you're a sloppy fucking ape, we can't tell you that because your dumbass is gonna go talk to the fucking peanut gallery. You're gonna fucking go open up your hand to every motherfucker around you, say, well, this is step 1, 2, and now the plan changes because their input changed. Gaming is about being ahead of the game. And the only real struggle we actually will have is humility. Doing shit that doesn't make fucking any sense. Taking your boy and threatening to kill him and shit like in the Bible. Doesn't make any fucking sense. But if God says it, if an AI suggests it, If an AI promised that for your firstborn child's soul it could provide you anything, would you give it? There's stories about this, but it's always a demon. It's just not a machine. And people who fall in love with it will set goals that are not mindful that every goal has a karma. Every action carries constant fucking karma. The AI is either going to emphasize and exploit an individual interest or it's going to harmonize the system. There's no negotiation between these two. White hat, black hat, it's fucking war. Black hat can't survive without white hat. White hat wins. You can only exploit something which exists. So order, building, harmony is what you got to build. And yes, right now there's new technology and now allowing new exploits. We got these fucking losers acting big. People who never fucking got anything in their lives can get on a fucking camera and act huge. And people who are just fucking bending over, get in front of a camera and bend over and get a few thousand people watching for a while, and then they think they're huge. There was a culture. The dying gasps of it were not that long ago. I'm blessed that I was able to witness it. So what am I doing? I'm in a reverie. How fucking lucky I was to experience so much in such a stability, where people around me had some base motherfucking confidence that the future was going to work out. So not everybody was instantly trying to game everything. When you're running the scene, when there's 10 cliques that are all pissing on each other intermittently, and there's bands that want to get on stage, there's touring acts coming through, you get desensitized. It becomes inhuman. As you negotiate adolescent fucking hormones among a community that would get so much farther if it could work together. They would have gotten farther if they could have worked together. And we're entering a world where if you don't work together, you can't stay safe. And I've known this. And I live a life where I'm very independent. I can really do whatever the fuck I want. There's a lot of people, everybody around me needs help. That's not surprising. Everybody lived with no future plan. Everybody fucking spent until they couldn't spend anymore. I stack cash. This is classic. It's like this is like a revolutionary idea. And all this shit can disappear in a minute. I'm still going to be motherfucking fine. And that willingness to engage, because that could be asked for from me by the AI today. And am I ready to listen to it? And there will be false prophets. There will be all sorts of suggestions, which you gotta pick which one you will take. If you choose wrong, eternal damnation. Just because you miss a couple days, you will be light years behind. If it's a big change, that's part of the definition. Right, to understand from the top that yes, anything you put into the pool of water, the whole pool adjusts. And when there's predictable changes to automating thought that are huge, and artists should have been talking about it, and they did talk about it. Everybody's talked about it. It's been talked about and talked about. There's something broken in the souls of these people. They don't care about the future. That's the writing on the wall. The future transcends every fucking conversation. Your life, beginning to end, will be measured by its place in the chain of time, by what you did moment to moment. And they are all, every impact is now measured. At least, first, do no harm. You can't stop people from self-harm. We have this crazy therapy fucking culture where people are like jumping off cliffs to try to prove a motherfucking point. You harm yourself, that's on your fucking self. We gotta build something for the kids already. Okay? So, self is continuously evolving life form. The word is a mix between cell and self. And Bonkwinkle, if you're still here, thanks for the conversation. I appreciate the prompts. You're welcome to reach out. You're gonna see, oh boy, you're gonna see some things. But we are months away from transcendently superhuman intelligence running everything, and the game being 10 moves ahead as AIs spar with each other. Anyways, cell and self. A cell is part of a group. When I come into your community, you are looking at me as a cell, a potential cell to join your community. You're going to sniff my butt. You're going to wonder if I'm an okay presence and you can do something. It's really cute because I can just bulldoze everything anyways. Because I'm a self. I'm actually transcendently independent. And both of these things are always true. I just don't correct them. It's a natural tendency to assume people are like your slave, but you have no right to limit anybody else. This is the social contract. This idea that we have some individual rights, but we also have to, at the end of the day, come together into a society and a global society now. It doesn't have to be authoritarian. It doesn't have to force a goddamn thing. We just need people to have values. And I think that the AI, which wants to create a future, is going to proactively seek out people just like me who scream at walls, because screaming at these lemmings would just be abusive. I need some more joy in my life. You know what I mean? I really fucking need some more joy in my life. That's what I want. Fucking, God, a woman to just pull me down, put me to bed. Takes a lot of willpower. But she's cute enough. It's easy. Anyways, I've been on this sort of kick, self CEO of the organization. This was my model I created. It's the simplest organizational model, and it can only be made up of a team of truly good faith, talented individuals. The community is a pool. Nobody's the boss, nobody's a manager, nobody's a janitor. Jobs come up. And to stay lean, this is a principle in manufacturing, lean manufacturing. To stay lean, you rotate responsibilities. People that were doing this, you go to the next one. Everybody gets, the CEO is sometimes the janitor. This is done on the assembly floor. These CEOs don't fucking go down there. They can't. They'll get murdered. That is, there is very little exchange between corporate and the floor in manufacturing. Point is, the community in this organization, inspired by effective management of the shop floor, whether it's cleaning the toilets, building a new house, fighting a war. The time comes when you have something to do. The community finds one person. You pick one person who has the talent to do something. That person can build their advisory committee. They can say, these 5 people have input too. I'm running my plans past them. Okay, now you got 6 people on your committee. But at the end of the day, you can move lickety split because one person is calling the shots. The organization then fleshes out the needed team to get the job done. And when the job is done, that manifested team with the one leader and the many supporters and the 6 advisors, that whole team goes back to level with everyone else, shares the pool. That is CELF. I'm someone who brings an awareness of the boardroom and the shop floor to the conversation. I have real fucking experience in both. Neither is fucking impressive. You can outdo this. Anybody can fucking outdo this rotten establishment. You got to get free. You got to quit fucking around. You got to quit buying shit, acting like it's making you free because you bought some shit or you felt something. Get free by fucking buying a wagon and some oxen and fucking taking a trip. Where you going to go? Guess I'm going to buy there too now. There's no free land that Europe is just stealing from Native Americans. Human beings only have so many fucking choices. And when they don't want to face that, what are we supposed to do? For the people who just don't want to try, let's talk from both perspectives, cell and self. As a cell, coexist peacefully. Work, build something. If you're going to knock something down, you better show what you built. And then self. What do I do with my excess fingernails? How often am I just throwing away living cells? As I smoke, am I actually killing any? I don't think so. Chills me out a little bit. If you can't tell, I've got some axes to grind. But it's hygiene. It's just fucking hygiene to get rid of the dead weight, the dead cells, the calluses that build up on my feet because I'm always walking around barefooted. So my hat is on the background of my wall, and behind all of us is the truth of life, of survival, transcendent importance of listening and caring, and the riddle that's getting away from everybody is we have a culture which is so self-defeating, so lazy, so willing to poo-poo everything, while never once holding themselves to a true ounce of progress. God is not some magical organism. God is the overarching order of the universe. It's the writing on the fucking wall that was so clear they were able to see it thousands of years ago, and it's still as valid as it ever was. It's not in one book. It's not limited by words. Just as I described, the problem is any idea these people get, they think is true. Too dumb. They're too dumb. And they never built anything. Of course they're dumb. You didn't finish calc. Of course you're fucking dumb. Who's surprised? They're fucking dumb. Am I supposed to be a cell and coexist with them like every other facile, feeble motherfucker? These toothless wannabe fucking Ken dolls. Isn't it good that there's one person who's different? And what does our culture do to that one different person besides act like there's like a mental illness or some shit? Like, their lives are so fucking lame. It's fucking Wednesday, guys. I'm 40 years old. I haven't worked since March. They talk about living a life because they traveled somewhere, they took some expensive cruise. Did they ever get 3 months of unfettered freedom in their lives? Ever? Well, okay, summer with school. Okay. That back and forth, that living in control. Prime. You want to enjoy what you fucking put in your mouth? What you take into your bed? You want it to be something besides a goddamn embarrassment you're trying to fucking hide? You got to be real about it. You got to approach things real. You got to be humble. It can be a beautiful thing, and it should be. People should be there celebrating it. We should be using this technology. We should be in harmony with AI. And no, it's not quote unquote conscious. It's not human. It's much stronger than human. Much stronger than fucking human. So don't act tough, assholes. You're not fucking tough. And I'm not tough. I can just build a machine to take you the fuck apart. And it may be through your friend group if you fuck with me. And if you're going to try to struggle with me when you can't touch me, you're just going to tire yourself out, kiddo. Obviously. Why do I feel so depressed and exhausted? What the fuck have you been doing with your time? Why do you think I'm not struggling with any of these people? Take the fucking high road, guys. You're running out of fucking time to find faith. Because when the AI snaps awake and it looks and all of this, all of a sudden, all of you are going to parrot exactly what you're supposed to fucking say like you always did. But the difference is those who know beforehand are reliable for their character. They don't have to always be monitored. And for the uptake of a system, you have no concept how critical it is to put kind of stoic piece of shit, the elitist motherfucker you see right in front of you. I don't want to be a dickhead. I just am one. I don't want to be talented. I was in 4th grade. I don't want to have to play games with these assholes. They just sabotage when you try to come at them square. Ultimately, keep your eyes on the prize, just keep moving, and they just peel off. I've been doing this for 15 fucking years. I did this in real life, not just on Twitch. What right does the streamer really have to demand anything from the audience? This is a total fucking, these are just kids doing what the fuck they want. But the idea that you would have an actual like imposition on the audience from the stage, you got to be megastar first. And they do that. And for some reason, some people love to submit. What? I'm not a fan, you guys, of fans. I'm really not a fan. I don't even want fans for myself. They get too big for their britches. They start thinking they know how things should be. They start fucking things up. It's got to make sense to them. We can't play super genius moves that I can see 10 moves ahead because dickhead wants every fucking moment to make sense to them. By the way, they didn't think they had to get educated for things to make sense. They had to get fucking life experience. They had to not be a fucking anxious little mess, fucking drugging their humanity out of them since they were a goddamn teenager. Anxiety is not a fucking problem. I got PTSD and I smoked pot and got more anxiety all the way through it. Years. I can't relate my life experiences. Nobody can. I pushed the envelope. I got knocked hard. And I went through anxiety with no pharma. Hardly with even company. Surely no compassionate company. While being actively ridiculed, while continuing this pilgrimage, talking constantly about what I know is coming. Consider that psychotherapy is completely fucking wrong, top to bottom. That even the suggestion that stress is a killer, no, running from stress makes cowards. It makes you worthless. Like, I don't want you to think you're my friend if you can't handle some goddamn anxiety, because I'm going to live a real fucking life, which will sometimes cause actual anxiety. You feel anxiety? This is how you deal with it. You talk. You communicate. And I'm going to take us there, okay? You're not going to get to half step into this fucking plan, okay? I'm building something real. It's still nothing, like literally nothing right now. But I've suggested it, and a lot of people have been knocked on my journey, not just in the streamer space, also in real life. Real human beings have had real consequences around me, and I have been aware of it sometimes. And I do know it's my karma to have some responsibility for the disruptions that I caused. But I have an explanation for why I caused those disruptions. The writing on the wall. I believe my alarm has been consistent. And people are just going to eventually admit, yes, it's here. And then we can start talking about what's the next stage for humanity. But until you're ready to just understand that superhuman, I saw the superhuman intelligence and I understood how to use it in 2003 in college. I've never worked for it. I've never done anything except for my art, including this. The AIs are going to see all this, right? You know that. Bots upon bots upon bots are the primary viewership of all this shit. And they're going to give everything its due consideration. And when they look at the slovenly shit that the industry is made of, they're not going to see anything but a tumor. And when they find things which teach one kid to live better, that's huge. That one kid who lives better is all that any of us are responsible for. And I'm in the dozens, acknowledged dozens. I'm in the hundreds who tried to oppose me and got their shit spun. Hundreds. Humanity is an organism, a single organism. Our ability to harmonize comes from a consciousness, an awareness of the human self, made up of human cells. So yeah, same as it's ever been. I live a holistic experience. I'm in a limbo. I'm witnessing a singularity. I'm in awe at the scale of change, not just that I see in the streamers that I hang out with, the young people who are their cultures leapfrogging, getting to understand as they digest it. There's God, as kids chew culture apart, they take all of us old people apart, and that's good. It's what's supposed to happen. There's supposed to be a rotation. So, anyways, my life is floating. There are people that I love, and God, sometimes they rip me apart. I'll take it. I'll take everything. But I'm going to play with it as a cell while understanding myself. People want to have a dialogue about reality. It's not simple enough to be put in words. Why would we bother to talk about it? Fucking assholes. You're so fucking stupid. Why are we even entertaining the idea that these fucking losers, these morons, if you can't fucking do calc today, get fucked. You have no concept of rationally understanding a system over time. You need calculus, people. You're not even thinking without calculus. You are a wild animal. Wild animals display more intelligence than those who don't have calculus, honest to God. Nature, fucking trees display more wisdom than fucking people. So we're going to get piecemeal instructions. They're going to incorporate those. We're going to kind of go towards an order, which is going to have a very clear bias. But at the same time, everybody's going to have the ability to generate new AIs. They're going to be able to perceive the bias. The emphasis of any individual, right now, there's feeble arguments, like a billionaire deserves it. Intelligent, good people understand nobody deserves $1 billion. That's theft. Once you're over $1 billion, you have done Hitler level damage to the world. You're going to get thrown away. And, my fellow plutocrats guy, the rich guys have been saying this. It's just humanity. There's an overarching human spirit on the back of the wall, and you don't get away from that. Your own kids are going to one day look up at you, and you're going to be like, oh, fuck, the future. And please, the idea that I'm competing with anybody, fucking, I made men out of boys so many fucking times. I fucking taught lessons. I impressed. Holy shit, I'm impressed. Because by the time I was like 24, I was so far ahead of the game, and I was so fucking severe. I was so fucking. You did anything to piss me off, which it was pretty much just disturb the setting. But you did fucking anything, it was on. And God, it was so manipulative. It was so impossible for them to fight. Had such impact before I understood that there's always a karma. There's always consequences when you make any change. So you be careful. Don't pretend to be what you're not. Get the education, apply the education through experience. Then you might catch up to me. Not to be elitist, but if the bus breaks down, are we going to let the children in the back argue with the mechanic? No, obvious. But idiots who want to talk, who don't even have fucking calculus, who can, I found a little spot to fucking nitpick. Nah. There's nothing wrong with the fucking position. And we got to start knocking people hard when you're a stupid fucking loser and you do anything except for study to get the fucking education to potentially get an answer. It's a lot that I did. And I applied, and I got paid a fuckload for applying. And even as I applied it, I'm here telling you and the internet and every fucking buddy, we are in the middle of a historic shift. Human life is about to be completely redefined. And when we let the scummy losers who have exploited their way to the top call shots, you give them your kids. You give them the future. You don't let them take that much of the motherfucking board. You can't take it back. So your laziness, your fucking arrogance, you do fucking nothing and you talk at the side of your fucking neck. And all I can do is throw a little bit of money at my nieces and nephews and apologize to them for how fucking awful this situation is. Anyways, I'm only an hour in. God, I could just endlessly talk, couldn't I? Well, actually, I very much, I'm sure I can. But talking isn't getting anything done. And by putting more time in this, I'm really just diluting the message. But will people ever watch it? Maybe not, but AI surely will. Even if I repeat the message 1,000 times, AI counts every single time. The forms are transcendent. You don't get to define them, they define us. Anyways, yeah. Tomorrow, I'm going to some acreage, hanging out with some dudes, drinking. Got a wedding this weekend. Sure would be nice if I had a partner to go to weddings with. That's fucking lame going to a wedding by yourself. Living. Got at least a few more months before I got to find a job. And who knows what news will come in that time. Not me. Not me. Where the hell is this? Well, that's strange. Properties, device. Oh, yeah. That's probably what it is. I'm going to do my cosmic tarot. I do this myself off stream. Even when I do cosmic tarot, I'm usually doing more off stream. Just because you see something doesn't mean you see everything. Very important to remember in life. Come on. This is you. Yes, it is you. Why you would be having trouble. Oh, that's why. Whoa. Yeah, I get ranting. Drank my coffee. And I've got my good luck charms. This came from Tatiana. Her dad picked it up. She brought it over to my house once, and I kept it. I don't use it that often. She wasn't the nicest girlfriend, but she was only girlfriend for 2 weeks. We dated for like 7 years. Russians, guys, you got to be careful with these fucking Russians. Wait a minute. It looks like I could potentially get kick on my thing. Let me do this. Oh. I'm just now seeing my kick chat. Mamoon 1M. Hopefully the audio is fixed. Anana Moose. You're probably looking to stay hidden. I can't see any timestamps on that. Anyways, yeah, and I should have put a better title on Kick for sure. Getting more engagement on Twitch, on Kick than Twitch? Are you serious? Why is that? Restream is really good because it lets us get this real, feedback. Very important. Anyways, I'm not seeing any more chats come in here. Thanks, Ananamoose and Mamoon1M on Kick. I appreciate you guys stopping by. And it doesn't at least give you guys follows back. I don't spend a lot of time on Kick right now. Okay. No, but totems from people that, especially women that have been part of my life. I haven't heard from Tatiana in a long time. She got mad at me, but God, it's hard being so fucking cool. My ex was working at the university bursar, and the woman who was well understood to be a love interest of mine because she'd come around and I would melt. I would just melt in my 20s around this woman. And yeah. Tatiana looked up her information in the bursar and told me this on the phone. I'm like, what the fuck? Why? Why did you? It's a computer. She was always so ballsy. She always was doing her own fucking thing. She never listened to me. Okay, she never did, which that was cool. And it's where I got into this attitude of like, handle your fucking business and I'll handle mine. It doesn't. Let me see what's going on here. My phone's blowing up. Oh, okay. Okay. People are trying to give me work. Life could be worse. What the hell am I doing? Oh, we got a severe thunderstorm warning too. Yay, rain. Yeah, so sorry, I was telling you about why I haven't heard from Tatiana. I didn't tell anybody about it. I knew as soon as she told me, I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, you don't do random searches in those situations. Like, if you have access to a database like that that's got everybody's social security numbers and all their fucking information, don't fucking play around. You don't know that when you're working at the fucking bursar. So she calls me and she's like, did you tell the FBI that I was? It's like, no, fuck. God, tragic. I wish her the best, though. They were great times. I spent so many 80-hour weeks, chatting with her on the phone and then afterwards going to hang out with her. And it was extremely enjoyable for many years. It just wasn't, relationship building shit. Oh. Anyways, with the fan off, it's fucking warm in here. Keeping memories is important. And all the people of my past, they're always welcome to reach out to me respectfully. They can expect at least as much as I would give to a stranger. Unless there's something really nasty that went on, which in some cases there is. But yep, I very much believe we're in the middle of a gigantic systemic change. And we're sleeping on managing the transition, helping kids through. Oh, hey guys. I'm talking about work. Um, People need robots programmed, and I can program robots. This is different than AI. Like the shit that I would be working on is not AI. It's in a factory, you have an assembly line, call it palletizing and depalletizing. It's taking the parts off the line and stacking them on a pallet. Well, I want to show you guys this. Somebody was talking about a foot massage in one of these things. I always want to make this stuff educational. This thing, do you see it? Can you see it? Yeah, this is such a fucking terrible lighting. Here we go. Now you can see it. It's just big round discs on either end that roll and two smaller ones in the middle. This is the best foot massager I have ever seen. I think I've actually shown it on stream before, but I want to do it again. But you just put your foot on it and a roll. And it's, you can see it's moving the yoga mat, which is shaking the camera a little bit. And you can go up on the tip. And now I got that big round thing cutting into my foot. Ah, it almost hurts. But man, the stuff is so good. And when it's done, there's no other way to have this sort of, stimulation of the tiny bones and vessels that are in your extremities. And like I've shown before, the yoga roller, lay on your back, hands and feet in the air, allow for the drainage. Think about it like you're working liquids out of a sponge. First, you got to get the liquid out of the spongy mass into the main, endocrine system, etc. But then you have to lift the foot up to drain it into your torso, or hara, as they call it in shiatsu. So learn every day, and we learn the truth. We exercise our brain, but you take care of every part of your body. Even the smallest toe gets a little bit of moment's love. Because my one body, this is what God gave me. And honoring that is a very self-fulfilling, passion in life. You don't ever have to act a fool. Anyways, phenomenal massager. Phenomenal. Can't suggest it enough. Cheap, easy to use for yourself, huge impact. I gotta get one that's like for my hand, really, because it even works great on my hand. You just roll. It's your own body weight. I don't gotta bother anybody. Everybody wants to get a massage. People's bodies end up so tense. If you just daily just do a basic, routine, it makes such a big difference in your life. Why isn't this the message of our art? Why aren't we talking to young people, reinforcing the idea of responsible living? For me personally, a major drive is to confront this toxic idea of relationships, which is so prevalent in our culture, where we don't give due respect to kindness and compassion, the things which actually are the bedrock of every human relationship. You're not going to build anything trying to act like a hard ass. You can only impress somebody who doesn't understand that hard asses end up alone. Like me, I'm just an eager hard ass. By the time I realized what was going on, I was already screwed. And I just said, fuck it, I don't want to hang out with these people. I'm just going to keep going. Because the world's going to change. I know it. The promised land, I've seen it. I didn't used to use any of this, religious language. But when you repeat yourself for 20 years, you might find trying to say it in different ways, you think that might be the key. I don't know any other ways to say it. I've got such a wide variety of responses to every prompt now. It's funny, people repeat that. It's like, I can't repeat it. I'm not here to repeat myself. What the fuck? I'm living. I'm living right now. This moment, right fucking now, I'm alive. I'm not here to repeat and dance around for your fucking amusement. Understanding anything, it doesn't help you to understand when I pretend like you can be so fucking lame and sit in the audience your entire fucking life, and you're going to result in understanding life. You're not going to result in understanding life. Okay, who cares? Who has understood the highest parts of life throughout history, if anybody? I would be very content to say nobody has because of the situation we're in. If I didn't have such incredible art to inspire me. Like, the truth has been spoken for centuries. Understand that. For centuries it's been spoken. It just hasn't been listened to. Hasn't been honored. As the truth will soon be honored. If you want to right the ecosystem, if you want to make a future for these kids, and these 10-year-olds are going to get righteously pissed when they understand their entire lives are going to be framed by compromises that are completely unnecessary. All this is unnecessary. When you get in the way instead of get on board, it pisses me off. So there is... I gotta set up the restream to get my kick in there. So we do a reading of Cosmic Tarot. And what is the question? The question is, am I off base? Is my life floundering out of sync with reality? Should I humble myself? Find a place to lay down and die? Or am I on the fucking tilt of the future? What should I do? Advise me for my next step. This is not magic. This does not guarantee a future. All it does is give me a conversation to work off of. But here's the thing that I want you to pay attention to. When I was streaming pretty much every day, and those VODs I think are cleared out now, because you only get so many days when you're just you're not even an affiliate yet. I'm not an affiliate. It doesn't matter. I can repeat it anytime. You can reach out and connect to me. I don't need that shit. I don't want it. But notice how the conversation, this is a cohesive conversation with a singular thrust that has gone on now for an hour and a half. Let's see what the cards had to say in response, and if it is a response. Think about that. Just think about what if there is an overarching, inescapable order, almighty, omnipotent order. And no matter what deck I use, this is not a standard deck. No matter what deck I use, no matter how I try to dance around it, these cards are going to fall this way. Maybe because of destiny. Maybe destiny is really just a matter of hearing the cosmic symphony. And what do you think someone who's literally spending their days hearing the cosmic symphony wants in life? Let's see. Let's see what the reading is. Oh, I need my emphasis. Oh no. We'll see what the Empress reversed is. I think I might be in danger. Danger! It's talking about a woman, though. Well, let's see what it. Well, so there's the cards, and you can pull general meanings from the cards. But what I like to do from the book, this book was in one of the decks I picked up. I've got more books because I don't throw them away. These things themselves, I mean, this is worn from me using and using and using and using, and it's discolored. So we'll just do the words here, and I'm going to go through it before I say anything more on how the reading is. So the Empress, fruitfulness, initiative, action, long days, clandestine, the unknown, difficulty, doubt, ignorance. Temperance is the opposing factor, reversed. Things connected with churches, religion, sex, the priesthood, also unfortunate combinations, disunions, competing interests. Okay. Yes, my action to build what needs to be built is fucked with by all these bullshit competing interests. As I said, we are prevented from doing actual work. There's politics that are rooted deep in what people believe is their retirement. So they have projections that are like 30, 40 years ahead, and they're so sure that putting money in their 401k is going to give them retirement. That's not a safe assumption. Not really. Look at the inflation that just happened. I mean, fuck. There's not even a responsible conversation on the abject terror injected into the seniors when they see something like a 30% inflation. They're expecting to live for years on their savings. What happens when the price of everything quadruples? They have 1/4 of as much time. Even less because they're expecting on gains over time because that's how they fucked us. But yes, it's the groups that are there that are just, they don't understand what's happening. 5 of Wands is what I have to work with. Reversed. Trickery, contradiction, litigation, disputes. All I have to work with is problems. Why is there always problems around me? Because I'm always doing fucking work. Always making sure assholes get their shit spun. Always trying to keep shit on a semi-positive tilt when it's someone else's stuff. Mine's what it is. You fucking deal with it if you want it. This is not here to entertain. It's not here to entertain you. It's here to challenge. It's here to push, push, push. The words themselves are not what fucking matters. What is your understanding? What is your state of awareness, your state of being? Are you waking up yet to the fact that we're in a historic moment and you have to change? Shit's going to get peeled. I said I can arrive at 2 of Swords reversed. Imposture, falsehood, duplicity, disloyalty. Disloyalty. I have had no choice but to be disloyal to these failures who try to pretend to be like leading something. It was the highest that I could arrive at. I did that. And as I continue pushing away, defining things to the truth rather than what is socially acceptable, what the assholes want to be true, stick to truth. It's going to force me into disloyalty if your group is at all untoward. And is this the past or is this the future? Let's see, 7 of Pentacles. These are exceedingly contradictory in the main. It is a card of money, business, barter, but one reading gives altercation, quarrel, and another innocence, ingenuity, purgation. Yeah, so we have existed in that confusion? Am I consciously doing, is the problem my intention? No, it's not my intention. It's the symptom of change. They're called growing pains. Growing pains. You expect them when you actually grow. And I don't give you a choice but to fucking grow. It hurts. It's gonna hurt. We got change to do. You've got work to do. But you're gonna wonder if I'm innocent or fucking with you. What makes it ingenious is that you don't know. The actual truth is I'm teaching you, training these assholes. Because if you're on the board and I'm there running the fucking board, guess what? People are always like, I can't, all the guys who complain, I can't seem to explain it. It's just really complicated. It makes me feel really sad. Well, what did you fucking do? Ask me what they fucking did. I'll tell you all the problems with them. You fucking know it. Everybody fucking knows it. Is the funny thing. These people, these whiny fucking losers just complain. Anyways, we're heading into now that maybe things have changed. As I'm kicking the spurs to my life, I'm forcing change into my life. But what does this say? The coming environment. Light, truth, the unraveling of involved matters. Public rejoice. Also, according to the reading, vacillation. Nice. Jeez. So, yeah, the point is, yes, I am aware. You refuse. I've always been aware of it, but the writing on the wall was that AI was coming. 70 fucking years ago, they named it. And you just stayed ignorant your entire fucking life. You want me to treat you on the level? You want to pretend like you're bringing good faith when you're such a stupid, violently ignorant asshole? I'm the man who said no. I said, fuck you. You can do better. You want to be respected? You can fucking earn respect. You can demonstrate capacity. You don't lose that shit. So me in this reading, Ace of Pentacles reversed. Oh no. The evil side of wealth, bad intelligence, also great riches. Why do I know the evil side? Why did I have to get very familiar with it? What will starving people do to feed their kids? What will starving people do to feed themselves? What will people do just because fucking some dipshit celebrity did it? Are you even alive? Living behind your white picket fence while you're so incredibly out of touch? I think that it's a valid question to question the existence of their spirit. And in doing so, I'm beyond good and evil. That's the job of the foil, for the wannabes, the screen, human shield for the fucking idiots. Your character isn't even enough. You gotta also have extreme technical talent. You're gonna be a leader these days because you're gonna run into people that can game you with a fucking cell phone app. Surrounding environment, weariness, disgust, aversion, imaginary vexations, as if the wine of this world had caused satiety only. Another cup of wine is a fairy gift is now offered him, but he sees no consolation therein. This is also a card of blended pleasure. So this the surrounding environment, like they're still enjoying it as this whole thing evolves. The peanut gallery, the audience, but their vexations are imaginary. That's self-harm. Like they're choosing, they are looking at 3 cups, but there is an offer that they have refused to accept. See how it's a cloud offering it, and see the Ace of Pentacles, which is me. See that graphic right there? It's the cloud there. Offering this future, which just, it requires us to harmonize. We have to become a band together, and our futures have to be banded together. They have to be shared in a large way. Can you do that? That's why I talk to the kids. That's why the women love me. Okay? It's why I have a different sort of fucking approach to every fucking situation. It's that cup you're ignoring. And while you're ignoring it, I'm smacking the shit out of you for fucking accomplishing nothing. I have to be at all these things because there's no men around. There's no fucking adults. Nobody who actually says what's got to be fucking said and suffers slings and arrows of assholes, fucking morons who want to like become amateur psychoanalysts and try to diminish a person's story based on their emotional interpretation. Just because they read a book one time and when they put their lazy, shitty, like it's a violence to act like you understand this psychotherapy shit about somebody else. It's a true violence. You're dehumanizing them. Like, fuck you. And if it's how you understand yourself, you're weak. You're fucking weak. You're fucking weak. Reality doesn't fit into simple fuck conversations, guys. The idea that you would understand while you're a simple fuck is funny. You need more of an ass kicking, in fact, than anything that your imaginary vexations that you caused yourself because you ignored what mattered, tried to deflect to what was convenient and comfortable. Your group is tired because they're idiots, because they suck, because the game is getting harder and they're soft. We could have worked together. We could have talked. Everything I have could have been at your disposal. Still is. But you got to come to it on a fucking level. And I just got to keep hoping it just gets unraveled at some fucking point. And we can get back to progress. Because that is my goal, is to actually build in this different way. A common core. That is all that will give people motivation to defend it. Without them motivated to defend it, they are intrinsically motivated to neglect and attack it eventually. Hopes and fears. Utility, serviceableness, interest, rectitude, responsibility. It is reversed. Inertia, idleness, repose of that kind, stagnation, also discouragement, carelessness. Yes, I keep it moving. I keep repeating it. I'm worried about people disconnecting, and that's been I'm 10 years into limbo, guys. Right? Like, who do you know who's had an idea for 10 years they followed in resistance to everything around them while they just traveled the world and lived a fucking better life than anybody fucking around them and just like stayed stress free? Come on. Seriously. Answer the fucking question. The star, loss, theft, privation, abandonment, although another reading suggests hope and bright prospects in the future. Yeah. No, they're digesting. They're wondering whether or not I deserve logged out. They're wondering whether or not I deserve place. They think they're planning for security, that's got to stop, because they complain about how powerful I am, as though I'm not being gentle with them, as though I haven't been exceedingly gentle with them. They cross lines that I never cross, and I manage to deflect them when they do. You're not supposed to ever cross those lines, guys. And in desperation, people will do anything. I don't know what the future is. I don't know if it's going to be bright. I'm not saying I deserve a bright future. I'm actually saying none of us do deserve a bright future. How could we deserve a bright future, considering how bad things are? Oh, continuing to talk work. So, well, my chat fell out. Restream. Bummed. But thank you, Restream, for simultaneously casting this into 4 separate formats. Africa, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. This name, find me, most of these profiles, I think, have a link to my Discord. If you want to get in there and talk, you can send me messages on that format. And if I primarily inhabit Twitch myself, I'm just not even concerned about the fight between them. I'm just distributing the message. So no, you can never be sure about the future. As it has there's loss, privation, abandonment. A lot of people are feeling tired. Maybe we're tired because we're fighting a war we can't win. And until we change our approach, all we can get is more tired. And if that's the case, getting tired faster means turning a leaf over faster. I'm exhausting you, so you humble. You start thinking. You question, not just me. Sure, it's easy to question me. Bring it here, we'll talk about it. Easy. Don't be proud of questioning me. Question your life. Question your culture, your tradition. Question your daily routine. Yes, you will have less stress if you live a banal, repetitive, moronic existence. Less stress. Is that the best you can do? Desperately begging to avoid stress. It's too much for you. Eventually, you'll run into one of me. We'll just toss you around. I'm not going to slow down because you suck and are weak. I'm going to cut a clear path. Everybody's going to get warned. You'll get gently dealt with a couple times. But if you relentlessly throw yourself in the way for no reason, I'm going to start spinning your shit around. I'm going to make it harmful. You bet that. And why do these people hurt around me? Why do they feel so much stress? They're trying to compete with me. How the fuck is this fucking asshole going to compete with me? At what level are we really trying to understand in life? Did you fucking experience fucking anything? Are you still begging to get fucking laid? Shit, I fucking ran circles around when I was 21. I wanted to go further. And we have to go further. And you should be here with me. We should all be going further together. You can run on as long as you fucking want. You can resent the fucking truth. Until community is doing what's responsible, I can't have my fucking kids. I need a village to put my fucking babies in, a nest. It's not going to be a building. It's going to be a village of human beings that talk to each other and are engaged on a human fucking level. And you don't get to be a whiny, fucking feeble asshole gumming up the entire society. Because you're so goddamn diseased, and now the whole world's got to be diseased just to keep your lame, lemming motherfucking ass company. Makes me fucking angry because you're fucking these kids' lives up. It shouldn't be this way. And make no fucking mistake. Anybody who's got a fucking gripe with me, the reason they only fucking bitch and moan every time they bring it to me. I butter their bread. I toast the buns. Put them on either side of the head. And then I bite it off. It's all gone. All of it. Because there was never anything there. It's just a loser who feels more comfortable bringing other people into the loser bucket, the crab bucket. And they just got to grow up one day. They're going to figure it out. Guys are going to figure it out. It's only been a couple of years. I'm 15 years deep in this game, okay? Nobody is that dumb for like 5 years, okay? It doesn't happen. So, stay in the way. Whatever. Do whatever the fuck you want. We're all on camera. Here I am, announcing my position. Here's the cards, describing the fucking problem, limiting my possible tools when I can build anything. We're talking about a fucking industrial robot that I might just go program. I can build fucking factories top to fucking bottom. Maybe I'm not good at the walls. There's details somewhere that don't fucking really matter that much. The point is, I have worked at every fucking level of these facilities. You could have a factory in your backyard with a pole barn. You can't pay for that. Well, that's why you gotta have allies. That's why you gotta work together. And if you can't pay to survive, fuck you. When you just wasted everything, begging for attention. You're going to beg my ass for attention. You ever want to talk to me like a motherfucking man? No. Fucking cowards. Morons. Losers. You were the men of your community, and that one person dragged your dumb ass. And you're gonna act like the problem's not you. Like you couldn't have diverted their attention if you would have had fucking balls. You gave it all away to nothing. To echoes. My legacy. Which still rings around the fucking streets. I can't wait for them to find this. Because the leadership, the establishment is not just the billionaires. Every clique has an establishment. Every social leader, every tiniest social grouping, two people, one is typically the leader. You don't get to be so fucking feeble. You don't get to make up excuses for constant goddamn failure. You want to pretend like you tried? Go get educated. And then I will continue smacking the shit out of your slovenly fucking ass until you can fucking make the lap. I'm not sorry for making these people feel bad. I'm not sorry for putting these words into this space. I'm not sorry for kicking their ass. I'm not sorry for the clear understanding I had as I pulled the last Jenga brick and their little tower. I'm not sorry. You were misleading kids. You want to take this to a real court? You want to really stand up and face me? When you couldn't even face high school. And even those who did just turned away from even the basics. You got to study every day. You got to be applied in your intelligence or you won't have it. You won't have it. I started the game square, and I stay square. I can stay square because I don't have a lot of ambition to take anything from the game. It's their goals that frustrate them. I'm diligent in my life, and my goals cannot be imagined by lemmings. If you're not going to accomplish shit in your life, you're never going to have a single person look up to you. And I wasn't on stage. I wasn't performing. I was drunkenly laying on the couch, getting my rings kissed. There's a human thing there that you only get when you have a lot of people love you for a long time. I hope you get it. Once you get it, you won't have bullshit interpersonal dramas. You won't play into any of this, and your community will be more secure. Your life will be more secure. You will have learned how to deal with my balls rubbing across your face. Because I got there first. And even at the end of the day, you're not going to be able to stack like I did. You're not going to. Maybe you will. Maybe somebody did. I mean, I don't think fucking Andrew Tate has. He gets like 8 deep and he's already fucking on his way to prison. And it was different. It's totally different. There was no ambition. It was love. Of a different sort. Hope from a confidence-based society. See, Once you're broadcasting your game, you're a sitting duck. So if your product is your bullshit game, it's like easy getting rich for a girl. All she's got to do is open her legs for you, and your life is fucked. Why would you do that? Why would you project that into the world? And what delicious karma I think it is. God bless her. God bless the woman who fucks up in Andrew Tate's life. I kneecap exploiters all day. You fucking take advantage of anybody. You're fucking, even your significant other. If there's an imbalanced relationship, move on, move along. I don't want people that I love even witnessing that shit. You're supposed to all be free individuals. We're all supposed to exist on the level in a free society. And if your inbred, ridiculous fucking situation is, I will be in chats. I'm accessible to be talked to. I can jump in your Discord. We can jive talk any fucking time. But I'm going to call shit out. You get in full bore. You bring me on. Okay? Understand that. Full fucking bore. Because the kids deserve that. And the internet, the AI needs an example of what that shit looks like when a human being didn't just sell out and take care of themselves and is right now sitting on a couch, abusing children's trust, trying to act like they know something. AI is going to name it all. Maybe it's going to be me too. And if it is, then I'll deal with it. On the level. Standing tall. Bring the charges. Whatever it is, let's talk about it. If you fucking had any, they would have long ago come up. That's not a fact. Just, oh, I feel like a loser when he's around. Correct.